Drink spiking and sexual assault, the Mama Hooch predators finally named. What the Police Minister's doing about rising youth crime and a shrinking gap in the preferred Prime Minister stakes. Atamaria, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Another step in the journey for the survivors drugged and sexually assaulted at Christchurch's Mama Hooch bar. Brothers Danny and Roberto Jazz can now be named publicly as the Central City Bar's rapists. Yesterday, a High Court judge lifted name suppression orders in place since 2018. They have almost 70 convictions between them. Aviva's Sexual Assault Support Service Canterbury Services manager Joe Barder says there'll be mixed feelings on the decision, but ultimately it's what the survivors want.
They've lived with the effects for years. It's not just now that it's out in the public that they're starting to feel the effects. It's been with them for a long time. They've carried it from the moment that they were assaulted and offended against.
The Police Minister isn't ruling out changes to the law as the government attempts to stem rising violent crime, particularly offences committed by young people. Both Ginny Anderson and Prime Minister Chris Hipkins have been clear in recent days that more could be done. This government's response last year largely consisted of two programs providing security measures to small business owners and expanding multi-agency efforts to identify young offenders within 24 hours. But speaking to the Herald, Anderson indicated she may be considering tweaking the law to ensure it was meeting the need. Meanwhile, an ongoing paradox for the National Party in the latest poll. The latest TVNZ Kantar numbers have National up 3% to 37, while Labour is down 1 to 35. In the preferred Prime Minister stakes, Chris Hipkins has dropped 2 points to 25%, while Chris Luxon is up 1 to 18%. Massey University political commentator Grant Duncan says on the one hand, National is more or less level pegging with Labour when it comes to party vote.
But in the preferred Prime Minister poll, which is an important indicator, their leader is lagging behind, and they would certainly, I'm sure, like to see better performance than that.
Fears the lack of funding for a major flood protection program could leave communities at risk. Before the budget, regional councils asked the government to stump up $257 million over the next 3 years to co-invest in river protection projects. It would have supported the funding of 92 urgent projects, but the government decided not to back the proposal in the budget. Greater Wellington Regional Council Chair Darren Pontus says the decision is surprising and disappointing. And in world news, a car has collided with the gates of Downing Street in central London, where the British Prime Minister's home and offices are located. It set off a rapid, intense security response. No one has been injured, and police say they're not treating the incident as terror-related. Police have arrested a man on suspicion of criminal damage and dangerous driving. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more stories and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.